Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, May 14th. I'm Patricia Valone. Thank you for joining us. Well, a former Prince George's police officer is facing criminal charges of second-degree assault and giving a false statement to police. The trial of Donald Taylor, a 13-year veteran, started today in Upper Marlboro. CTV's Sonia Srivastava has the latest.
Well, Officer Donald Taylor initially claimed that 19-year-old Ryan Dorm assaulted him, and that's what caused his gun to go off as a struggle was going on between them. But that story quickly changed when a surveillance video appeared. Take a look at this surveillance video. It clearly shows then 19-year-old Ryan Dorm being approached from behind by Corporal Donald Taylor of the Prince George's Police Department and then smacked in the head with a gun. The video even shows the flash from the gun as Dorm is being struck. But that's not what Officer Taylor told investigators initially. He reported that Dorm began running away and tried to reach for his weapon, and that's when he fired his gun. Taylor was suspended from the department after an internal review. Dorm spent nearly 4 months in jail before all the charges were dropped against him. Now, we should mention that Ryan Dorm is currently locked up in Montgomery County on charges of rape. In Upper Marlboro, I'm Sonia Srivastava for CTV News.
And since the February 2012 incident, Taylor has retired from the department. Well, Prince George's NAACP speaks out in support of legislation that gives County Executive Rushern Baker more power over the school board. At a morning press conference outside of the county administration building, executive members explained why they are now in favor of the new school governance structure. Under the measure, the county executive now has control over selecting the next president, along with 3 new school board members.
As we looked at the potential of a referendum in the county and how long it would take for it to get done before everything's settled down and the welfare of the children is put forth first place. So at the executive board meeting, we had a good discussion, and then we went into executive session and the executive committee voted, and they did deliver the vote 21-1.
Meanwhile, opponents of the measure petitioned outside of the conference, asking residents to send the issue to referendum.
A lot of people realize that our schools are not perfect and we do need a collaboration. We just think that this bill's not the correct way to do it.
And the administration has received more than 160 applications from residents who are interested in taking a position on the new school board. Well, a local family wins a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against a Forestville nightclub. George Cooper was stabbed in 2010 inside of the CFE Club, which was popular for featuring go-go bands and similar music. The attorney representing the Cooper family, argued that the establishment did not provide sufficient security. A jury awarded more than $8 million to the victim's family.
My client's very happy about, the verdict, but she would much rather have her son. No amount of money is going to replace your child, your only boy. So it was very rough, a very emotional trial, probably the most emotional trial I've ever seen or participated in.
And what does that's a large sum. What does that say to businesses or in terms of security issues and so forth? Because that's what
it's saying. It's saying that PG County residents will no longer tolerate clubs allowing or maintaining these harmful conditions. You're not going to put our children in danger anymore. I think it was pretty clear.
CFE nightclub was shut down last year under a county law that targets establishments with a history of violence and that also violate their use and occupancy permit. Well, if you live in the town of Landover Hills, don't forget to vote. 3 of the 6 council members are up for re-election in that municipality, and they are all running unopposed. At the polling site in City Hall, we spoke with voters about the top issues they want addressed.
We do have some things that we need, like we need a community learning center for the children in this area because there isn't one close by. The closest one is in Bladensburg, and it cannot accommodate a whole lot of people because it's small. And that's one of the things that they need in this community, someplace where the children can go and participate after school during the summer And it would be a great place for the senior citizens, because we have a lot of seniors in this community, for them to go and get things that they need. So that's one thing this community needs.
And you may remember that Glen Arden held its municipal elections last week, but the mayoral race was too close to call. A special election is scheduled for June 5th between the top two candidates, Dennis Smith and Margaret Dade. Well, an Anne Arundel County lawmaker charged in a drunken boating crash is sentenced to 30 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. Delegate Donald Dwyer's boating accident on the Magathie River last August injured several children, and some of them severely. He had 3 times the legal limit of alcohol in his system. The legislator has admitted to having a problem with alcohol and claims he is in a treatment program. Dwyer reportedly plans to appeal the sentence, which could postpone his jail time. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.